Today, I'm gonna tell you why you need the 85mm lens. Let's get to it. What's up YouTube? My name is April and I'm coming at you with another YouTube video. Today we're gonna talk about the Sony 85mm 1.8 lens. This is my favorite lens. So this lens is considered a portrait lens, and I'm here to tell you today that it is not. I mean, yes, by definition, I guess. I feel like this lens can be super versatile if you allow it to be and if you use your creative mind. So in my setup, I currently have the Sony a7 IV, and then I have a 16-35 for landscapes, and that's what I'm actually filming on right now. It's the Sony G Master. And then I also have a 24-70 by Sigma, which is used for events. It's not my favorite lens, it's just your standard kind of gotta have it in your pack, especially if you're doing event photography or action. And then I have the 85mm lens, and this has quickly become my favorite lens. As a beginner photographer, amateur, or experienced, you can do so much with this lens. I know a lot of people love the 50mm, the nifty 50. I understand why, but I don't know, I just feel like with this lens, you don't have to try hard. Like, all your photos are just chef's kiss. Like, they are just sharp, smooth, blurred background. And again, like, I've used it for action photography, action shots, and I'm talking about high action basketball photos. With basketball, I don't always get like the full body shot when they're doing a jump shot or whatever, but that allows me to take a unique photo that you don't see often. And I think what matters more is how crisp and clean the photo is versus, you know, getting the whole body. So that's action shots. Yesterday, I actually used this it was my first time ever taking ski joring photos here on the Blackfeet Reservation, the first annual ski joring event, and I loved it. But I didn't know what to expect. I had never been to the event. I didn't know where to stand and how it was gonna be. I started off with my 24-70, and then by the end of the event, I was using the 85mm because, again, like, you just cannot beat it. And here are some examples of the photos. Again, super amazing. And so, of course, I've taken portraits with it, and this is my go-to lens for portraits. I think it makes any photo in any environment look amazing because at 85mm, you don't have room to crop. You're just all in on the photo. So no matter how dirty and messy the background is, you're not gonna get it. It's not gonna be seen with this lens. And then let's talk about price. Okay, so I'm not opposed to getting used lenses. That is the reason why I actually have Sony right now. And if you want to know why I switched from Canon to Sony, let me know in the comments and we'll save that video for another day. I started off as a Canon user and then I switched to Sony, and one of the main reasons is the EF lenses. And I wanted to be able to get used lenses because I'm not making thousands off of photography each month yet, but I will one day, trust me. But you know, I have a budget. I want to be able to get cheaper lenses and have cheaper options available to me. You know, it was cheap. I believe I bought it used. It's Sony. I bought it used off Adorama for about $400. It's a 1.8. This is the cheapest thing I have in my kit right now, and it's the most used. $400 off Adorama. I love it. You guys, it cannot be beat. This is my all-time go-to lens, my baby, and I love it. But yeah, so if you're looking for a few essential lenses, I don't think you can go wrong with this one. Again, I know it's considered a portrait lens, but if you're creative enough, you will find uses for this. Now, they're really light. Oh, that's another thing I didn't talk about. They are super, super light. Like, the reason why I started using this for action, it was by accident, actually. So I was shooting basketball photos, and there was one day I was going all day. Like, I had tournaments in the morning, then I had more games in the evening, and there were games back to back to back. It was like 10 hours of shooting, and I was using my 24-70. And after a few hours, that got really heavy. Like, I mean, my arms felt swole, but I don't necessarily like that feeling. And so by the time the high school games came around in the evening, I switched to my 85 because it was just so much lighter. Like, I was like, my arms can't take this 24-70 anymore. And then after that, the new favorite was born. I consider myself an action, landscape, and portrait photographer. And if I had to choose just two lenses, it would be the 85 and the 16-35. And with those two, you're forced to get creative in a lot of cases. You're forced to step out of like the comfort zone and figure out how do you get the shot, how do you capture what you're seeing with your eye with the 85, or vice versa with that 16-35. Now, I know the 24-70 is a popular one and it's great, but I urge you, like, if you're starting out, get familiar with a different focal length. Start with some primes. Again, this is the Sony 85mm 1.8 lens. You cannot beat it. If you're unsure about it, rent it. I think you can't go wrong with this one. So let me know if you have any questions in the comments, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.